Flexing is a behavior that seeks praise from the audience without offering anything in return and aims to satisfy themselves. Second, someone who likes to do flexing indicate a narcissistic personality in him. So the first, you feel even more inferior because you feel accepted under a certain condition like
Hello everyone, welcome to B Podcast. Be good, be beautiful and blissful with me, Vina Kurata. Now we are talking about flexing. I believe that it already sounds familiar to you good people. In our surrounding, perhaps we see it unexpectedly, or maybe we know it but we don't realize what kind of the thing. And of course, flexing is a common lifestyle of people, so we don't even aware with that. In a brief deep talk, now we have Miss Amadandra, a young smart psychologist who will share her thoughts toward our topic of flexing, prestige kills or confidence loss. Thank you for coming.
You're welcome, Vina. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, Miss Dea. And Miss Dea, what is your impression toward introductory video?
Okay, yeah. In general, we know it as flexing behavior, yeah. It's like flexing attitude, yeah, Vina, yeah. Yeah, and then maybe we can talk about flexing more, yeah, Vina, yeah.
Of course. And Miss Dea, how do you see from the psychological perspective about flexing?
Yeah, so flexing, yeah, maybe I can talk in general, yeah. Flexing in general is known as a set of attitude of showing off your wealth, like expensive clothes, maybe you have luxury items like bag or sports car or etc. in order to increase your status in society. And some people think that showing their wealth will increase society interest, but actually based on psychological research, it doesn't engage people that much into friendship, Vina.
Okay, Miss Dea. And do you see, is it bad character or bad behavior that perhaps can be contagious?
Yeah, it depends on the effect of flexing on people, yeah, on people who do flexing and on people who is listening to self-promoter. Yeah, we call someone who do flexing is self-promoters. Yeah. Flexing is a form of self-promotion. However, flexing is a behavior that seeks praise from the audience without offering anything in return and aims to satisfy themselves. However, based on research, the impact of flexing is quite negative, Vina, and any stories conveyed by self-promoters will be belittled by a listener as long as listener feel that negative emotion from their stories. Self-promoter thinks that by flexing, they project positive emotion onto their listener, yeah, and they don't feel like they're sharing negative emotion, but in fact, based on psychological research, only a few listeners actually feel this positive emotion, and the listener feel more negative emotion. Many listeners felt that the story was a hoax, yeah, you know.
Okay, Miss Dea, if we observe our surrounding, a lot of people doing flexing.
Yeah.
Is flexing just an expression of self-achievement of hard work, or a struggle, or a tough situation that can be passed? Or is it from the psychological disorder? What's the triggering factor?
Okay, Vina, so there are many reasons people do flexing. First reason, someone who do flexing could also be out of necessity, like celebrity, like public figures, so they do flexing in order to look attractive, in order to increase their value. Second, someone who likes to do flexing indicate a narcissistic personality in him or herself. They will expect reward in the form of praise or criticism and consider these two things to benefit them. And another reason for someone to flex is because some people feel that they are lacking and feel insecure. So the way to cover up this insecurity is to showing off. And flexing behavior can arise due to several factors also, such as a state of reality that is different from expectation, fear of rejection, and need for self-existence, and one's personality. Flexing behavior is not an abnormal behavior and cannot be regarded as a psychological disorder as long as it doesn't interfere with others and harm others people or cause individuals to have different self-image, unless they have a narcissistic personality disorder, so they engage in flexing behavior.
Okay, Miss Dea, do you think that they realize when they do flexing, or do they think that they do flexing and there's nothing wrong with that?
Okay, Fiona, actually, unconsciously based on evolution, we as humans have the urge to be accepted in society, because back in ancient times, we must be accepted by a group, in order to survive. But back then, we have a limited choice to gain acceptance from our society. So, with the development of time and increasing advanced technology, acceptance can be obtained by showing off well through social media, such as flexing behavior. So the desire to be accepted is something that occurs naturally, while the way we gain the acceptance is a choice we can make consciously.
Okay, and Miss Dea, back to our topic of flexing, prestige loss or confidence loss. Do you think that actually there is something hid by people doing something for his or her internal?
Okay, so we have to look at two subjects. See flexing as a form of self-promotion or something people do to cover their insecurity. If we do flexing in order to self-promote ourselves, in order to promote ourselves or increase our value, and we feel that by flexing it is useful for us, so we can see flexing as a positive attitude. But if we feel that by do flexing we feel more insecure, so it's not good for our mental health. So we can see it as a negative behavior.
And Kak Dea, how important is flexing to be seen as a serious matter, specifically for young generation who have a good opportunity to build our character of our nation?
Okay, as we discussed before, if we really want to get acceptance or attention from the social environment, there are many choices we can make. If you feel that by flexing, you feel even more inferior, like maybe you can try another option rather than do flexing, especially if you spend a lot of money, maybe you involve in a job to buy a sport car, to buy a luxury things, maybe you can choose another option rather than do flexing. Maybe you can engage in a social group, maybe you engage in a hobby that involve a lot of people, maybe you can get acceptance from that activity,
Okay, Miss Dea, do you think that there are disadvantages or negative impacts of the flexing, especially for our personality and our society?
Yeah, Vina. So the first you feel even more inferior because you feel accepted under a certain condition. Like you are accepted because you have sport car, like you have nice clothes, yeah, luxury clothes. Not as yourself, yeah, not as you being you, just being you. Second, you have spent a lot of resources to be accepted by others. Like you have a lot of money to buy sports car or to buy luxury bag or etc. And the third, you will get negative feedback from other people because they find it difficult to believe your story or your condition. Like it's hard for the listeners or the viewers to look at your to find the truth about your photo or maybe your stories like that, Vina.
Okay, can you give us tips on how to avoid flexing behavior?
Okay, the first is you have to know yourself, Vina. You have to know what is your strength and your limitations, and that you have to know that you don't have to be accepted by everyone. You don't have to be loved by everyone. You are loved and accepted as you are, and you don't have to prove anything to anyone to be accepted by others.
Okay, Miss Dea, before we close our podcast, can you give a closing statement?
Love yourself, know that you have limitation and strength, and know that you are accepted as who you are.
Alright, thank you so much, Miss Dea, for sharing with us a lot of information, a short discussion, very thorough and insightful information.
You're
Thank you
welcome,
so much.
Vina.
Alright everyone, hopefully that this discussion will give you new perspective and better understanding about what flexing is. Whether you want to be in their circle or you want to be a humble person with a stable emotion. It's your decision in which area you will build your character. Well, that's all for today. Thank you for watching and thank you also for the positive vibes. Hopefully that we can meet again in another interesting sharing. Have a great day everyone.
Bye bye.